tradition. Everyone drinks it. And it's also like a social activity because people get around to drink mate. And usually we have just like one mate that is circling around. So there's one person who serves mate and pass it over to other people. So it's interesting, like an interesting tradition. In times of COVID, it's changed a little bit.
Our morning with mate.
Yes.
Also,
so we have our
Uruguay,
morning mates.
they drink mate. Bolivia, there is many other
Paraguay.
countries. Argentina, Paraguay, tereré.
In Paraguay, they drink tereré, which is like a cold version of mate, more like a mate with lemon, with ice, ice cubes. So
yes, I like tereré too.
Interesting.
With a little bit of gin, maybe.
Oh yes, that's the party version of tereré. Okay.
Fan tereré.
So or crazy tereré. Crazy tereré.
Crazy tereré. Okay, so we're gonna start with our topic today that we brought for this day, something new this week. New week, new topic. So always when it's the stream in English, we start a new topic. And then in Spanish, we repeat and we add something to the same topic that we're going to discuss today. We're going to continue on Tuesday.
It's never the same.
It's never the same. Because we're not the same every day.
Ideas, different reflections. Yes. And also when we speak different languages, we are like, it's not that we are different persons, but our thinking patterns are different. Your like thoughts go in different directions depending on the language you are using, because every language structure that we have in our head has different connections. So that's why it's never the same. It's when we talk about the same topic.
Ourselves. Like in Spanish, I can communicate like a more open, more I don't know. I have a more like a vocabulary, a bigger vocabulary. I can say a lot of different things. In English, it's a hard work for my head, for my brain. But it's interesting. Like this is a challenge that we wanted to take too, because any of us is English native speaker, so you can tell obviously. So that's why for us it was like a challenge, but it's good for us. So we can practice our English. We can break barriers. We can come out from the comfort zone.
Exactly. It's like pushing our own limits, because in the past I used to speak English much more fluently, and but now after 13 years of living in Argentina and focusing my mind on Spanish, which is also my second language, it's hard. It's hard to go back to English, because I use it more in reading, watching TV, listening to music. So it's more like reading, listening, but speaking I don't speak so often. So it's good practice. And thank you guys for being there and for being patient with our language difficulties. Okay.
Okay, so today the idea is to share a little bit how the culture, society, family, or parents, or when we start in this world, how that shape the way we think, the way we talk about ourselves, like the idea or the image that we create about ourselves, and how that is being shaped by the external world, starting with our parents when we're just born. So that's the first.
And it's a very interesting topic, just to like give like maybe show the meaning, because we think when we are adults, we think for ourselves, that we are independent, that we are like a very independent, autonomous individuals who are free to do and to choose whatever they want. But somehow we don't choose what's best for us. And somehow, in many ways, we feel stuck in our life. For example, we want to achieve some goals, and there's something that stops us. Even though we have money, we have capacity, we have different possibilities to do something, but we feel stuck. And mostly when we realize what's really stopping us is our internal voice or voices. Those
Mhm.
voices that tell us what we should do or what we shouldn't do. In the cartoons or fairy tales, we have this like the devil and the angel talking to us. I don't know if you've seen those typical cartoons from back from my times, that there are angel and devil that says, "Oh, you should do this. No, you shouldn't. Oh, yes. Why don't?" These voices, we all have them. Maybe they are not so binary. Maybe they are well structured. That, but we really have to be very clear what we should do and what we shouldn't do in our life, and what is allowed and what is not allowed, what is well received by the other people, what not, what is expected from us and what is not expected from us. So we have it very clear in our, like, the system of our mind, and it is shaped by our history. So many times when we want to change something in our lives, first we need to evaluate, assess, analyze our self-talk and say what patterns are there, what laws, what rules that tells us to do something or not to do something. So I think it's very interesting to analyze this topic for, like, for everyone, because we all have them. So we can start with the reading what you prepared. I always like
Yeah, because I
your.
have the first thing
Uh-huh.
is when we before we are even born. I think from
Uh-huh.
when we
Okay.
are in the womb already, our parents are talking about us. But this is the first
Okay.
encounter with our inner voice. So it
Uh-huh.
says the voice begins before we even speak. We learn how to think by hearing how others speak to us. So childhood, the most powerful imprint. Children don't interpret; they absorb. If a child hears, "Be careful, don't bother people, you are so smart, you talk too much," and so on. So those become unconscious scripts in adulthood. So I shouldn't take risk, for example, would be careful.
Mhm.
My needs are a burden. Don't bother people. I must perform to be loved.
Mhm.
So you are so
Mhm.
smart. My voice is too much when you talk too much. So many things that we hear and we say to other people that sometimes we don't even think about it. Like, all
Mhm.
the time we hear that and we say that to other people too.
Mhm. I think it's gold what you are just saying here, and we can unpack it one by one, because it's very important. Like when you say that even before we are born, we are already conditioned and formed, and
Mhm.
this is something that science is discovering even like recently, because uh, the way our mother lived her pregnancy really uh, affects us, and the emotions that she had, the situations that she lived, and also the things that she said. So, well, here when we are in the womb, what's the most important thing is, like, we don't understand the code of language, of course, but we understand the emotions. Like, the emotions are transmitted by neurotransmitters, get to us, and we receive them. So in a way, if the pregnancy was difficult, or if there's some difficult things happened, like
Yeah.
somebody died, and our mother was grieving or was stressed because she or her husband lost her job, or her couple decided not to continue with the relationship, whatever reason, whatever situation that happens, it is already shaping us, and it already gives us some sort of message that we take through life. So this is one thing that could be like another topic, because it's a lot to talk about. But later, yes, what you say, that those innocuous looking phrases like "be careful" or "don't bother people" or "could you go to your room because mommy is very tired," or even things that seem positive, like "oh, you are so smart," "oh, you are such a good girl," "oh, you are so generous, so helpful." They can be really dangerous because they give us some message about what is approved of and what is not approved of in our family. Because when we are children, we have this tribal instinct. We want to be part of the tribe. We want to belong to our family, and we need our family for survival. So we do anything to belong and to be part of it. And uh, and this is so important, that when the mother says that you are so smart, I understand that, okay, being smart is more very important. When mother says you are so smart and she smiles, okay, I have to be smart. And I will start to put myself this pressure of, I always need to have an answer. I have to be smart. I have to show that I know. When a mother says, oh, you are so helpful, and she smiles, I also understand this, that I have to be helpful. I have to being good means to being helpful, and I have to be good. And also when they say something like, yes, can you go to your room because I'm tired, it means they don't care about me. When they say please, or shut up, when I get angry, that's even worse. When people are angry and they say things in anger, oh, you're so stupid, shut up, close your mouth, go to your room, stop bothering me, you are so useless. This is even worse, because this is like a direct message that I don't approve of you. You are not loved. You are not expected here. You are expected to be outside, not to exist, just disappear. And this also shapes our the way we perceive ourselves. And we have like two ways to react, because in one way we can say, okay, I will disappear, I will start to be invisible, I will do whatever they want just to be invisible and to get by. Or I will be rebel. If they don't love me, they will have to see me. And we have these rebellious children who shout, who throw tantrums, and who do everything to be looked at, because all they need, like, they trade being naughty for attention, because
Yeah.
what they need is attention, being the positive attention or negative attention, but what they need to be seen, because it makes them feel safe. Okay, if my mother sees me, I'm safe, because she will take care of me. How
Yes.
does it sound? I speak too much. But I
No,
like
no,
this topic.
it's fine. It's fine. When you are inspired, you have to talk.
uh,
I'm a good listener, so it's okay. But
do
yes,
you Mhm.
it's very
do you
important
remember?
how we start already with our
Hmm.
parents. So we're gonna
Yes.
talk a little bit how we imprint this in our brain, to say it in a
Hmm.
way,
Yes.
and how that affects to the way we see ourselves and the way we talk about ourselves. And because there is a lot to talk about here, but, but
Hmm.
we're gonna take that aspect and we're gonna try to change that today. so so we're
Hmm.
gonna talk about how the family or the first words that we hear, the first people that we have contact with affect to us, and then the how also the culture and society also brings all those imprints.
Hmm.
This one is very short. It says the brain store patterns, so not just memories. So we grow up, but the patterns
Patterns.
stay until we consciously rewrite them. So the idea today is that to be aware and look
Mhm.
at these patterns that we have inside us, in our brain, in the unconscious, and
Mhm.
then how we can rewrite them.
Yes. Yes, the
So,
rewrite. I think this is the key word here,
see,
because we
sorry,
cannot.
no,
Mhm.
yes,
We
no, no,
cannot.
yes, continue.
Uh,
I was thinking about something else. I
okay.
heard something different that you said.
Ah.
Yes,
Okay. Yes, because I think when we cannot erase what we have already heard. We cannot erase the patterns, but we can rewrite them, we can reconfigure them, we can make them, we can give them a new meaning. And this is our work. So and it seems so obvious sometimes, but this is not. And so rewriting will be the key to find to take advantage of the voices we have, to give them new meaning. Voices with meaning.
And it's not that easy because it's something that is so deep inside us that we move in life with
Hmm.
already those patterns. Like
Yeah.
it's something that it belongs to us. It's the way
Yes.
we are, or that's what we think, you know?
Hmm.
So it's something that we don't do consciously. We don't take awareness of that. We're not thinking about, oh, I'm yelling because my mom told me that I'm too quiet or whatever. No, so we don't even think about that. We just like we think that that's the way we are. So that's
Uh-huh.
why it's so important to now we bring in this so we can look at it and we can say, okay, what I used to hear when I was a leader, maybe I remember something that my mom all the time was telling to me, or how is the way the country I live, the culture. Like
Hmm.
sometimes we move from the culture, like we do certain things or activities, or we have some habits, or the way we talk, or even words that we say all the time because of the meaning that we give it in the place I born,
Hmm.
but I don't
Exactly.
even think about it.
Hmm. Totally. Like the culture, we are so ingrained in our culture that it is almost impossible to. It's like a matrix, and it's impossible to get out of the matrix unless we are very conscious. And even though I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
we
hard.
can ever get out of the matrix, because it is uh, like our brain is structured according to the language and according to the culture that we live in. So in a way, it will always be present. Maybe the way we respond to it will be different, but it's always there. So we have to like really do some hard work to find new meanings and new yeah, new ways to make it, to use it on our favor. And
Yes.
here you talk about the roles, and I'm reading it already.
Yeah, you can read
Uh-huh.
it.
Okay.
Adult.
Okay. So the roles we were assigned, every family assigns roles unintentionally. There is the responsible one, the quiet one, the emotional one, the hero, the fixer, the rebel. These roles become identities we carry even when they no longer serve us. The responsible one, the
Mhm.
quiet one, the emotional one, the hero, the fixer, the rebel. I love it because it shows like a family in miniature.
I can take all of them, I think.
Yes, 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 yes. I can put name on
Tags.
every on them. In smaller families, some people take two roles, like a mixture of emotional and rebel, for example. Or you can have a mixture of being responsible and the fixer. It's like they can go together in when the family is smaller, but you can always find them. It's so crazy. And it's also there's this family dynamics that when there's always somebody who's a rebel, for example. There must be a rebel to compensate for the good ones in a way. So like rebel inside a group, rebel is always important because it's like the voice of innovation. And it's important if you look at the tribal cultures or at animals, how they develop. You see that there is always a rebel because of the survival of the group. If everyone in the group thinks the same way and does the same thing, they are they are in danger because they are prone to make some mistake and nobody will realize it and nobody will find another way to respond to the situation, to the threat. And when there is a rebel, somebody who always thinks, who dedicates his life to think the other way around, then this gives some variety in the family, and it makes the other members think, like it challenges them. So the rebel
It
is
gives some
always
fun
there.
to the family. We need
Sorry.
variety. It gives some
Yes.
fun to the family. We need
And it
variety.
also,
Otherwise,
yes,
life is boring.
exactly, exactly. And
But at least I was thinking, because here it says the roles we were assigned, but also those roles we take them, like
mhm,
it's ours, like we live in those roles.
mhm.
But when we decide that that role it fits me still, like or when I'm done with this role.
That's challenging because the roles they say were assigned, because in a way it depends on it's systemic. It depends on the system, on the need of the system. For example, if there are 5 people in the system, within the system, any sort of group, and from these 5 people, the one who was rebel gets out of the group for some reason, moves to another, not say if, I don't know, if it's a group of students, moves to another city. If he's a brother, yes, he
Yeah.
can move to another place. Like he's not participating in the family interaction anymore. And what happens? Somebody from those 4, who were the quiet one, the hero, the fixer, and the responsible one of them has to take the role of the missing one, of the rebel. So
Oh,
that's why in a way the roles are assigned. You take them in a very unconscious way. So you can be the responsible one, but then you can become the rebel if it's necessary. Like something happens inside the group that makes this dynamic change and shift. So it is very interesting.
mhm.
And when we are not conscious, we are just playing our part. We are
Yeah,
just being the rebel, or being the fixer, or being the quiet one. And
yeah,
if we want to change, we need to do it in a very conscious way. But then there is the risk,
mm,
because the rest of the family or of the group will have to answer to our change. For example, if I'm the quiet one and now I start talking and I start to stand up and speak out, say it out loud, speak my truth, the other ones have to change, and there's the whole configuration of the group is changing, because the quiet
mhm.
one is not the quiet one anymore. So what we are doing now, and how do we respond to this? So then all the roles shift in some way, or they expel you from the group, which
Yes,
also happens.
also that. No, now you want to talk? No, 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 no.
You have no place to talk
You're
here.
not allowed.
Mhm.
Yes, not here. I'm the
Yes,
talker one. I'm the yeller one. I'm the loud
exactly.
one.
Exactly. That's why it happens so often that when we change, we
Mm,
also have to change our groups, our
mm,
friends, our family. They start to perceive us in a different way, and sometimes we feel that we don't belong to this group anymore, and we leave. And this is also part of the transformation, that when
yeah,
you see that you are being expelled from the groups, or you go out of the groups because you don't feel you belong anymore, it means you are growing. In
yeah,
some way you are growing, and it makes you vibrate in a different frequency that does not match the frequency of this group anymore.
yes.
So it's a cue.
Yes, people get scared of changes,
Oh
and
yes,
when somebody change, they feel threatened, no?
of course,
Like
because
they
they are
don't like.
forced to change. So
Yeah.
they either change or they expel you, eradicate
Yes.
the
So it's
change.
not an easy path, but it's important also to go through changes.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you can be the same forever. You can be in the same role and act the same way for the rest of your life. Like life also moves you and push you to a change. So if you don't change and you like resent the change,
Hmm.
then something is gonna happen. Like some way or other is gonna come that is gonna collapse. Something is gonna collapse in your life.
Hmm. Exactly.
So we have to embrace the change too. Don't be scared of the change because changes are good and they help us to grow and to move forward to what we want in life, what we to achieve our goals, to be the person that we want to be. So it's important to embrace these roles that the family gave us, uh, being thankful for the family that we had, in the one that we were born, and say
Hmm.
thank you to each one of our family members and the people that was around me for these years. But
Hmm.
now, from now on, it's my life, my path, and I decide the role I want to take.
Exactly. Exactly. So this is like this conscious decision that is very important here.
Okay, I'm gonna
Hmm.
move to next one. I love
Uh-huh.
these things,
Okay.
and I have so many today.
Nice.
Now
Nice
we
one.
go to culture.
Cult.
We change,
You know,
leave the family behind.
okay. Yeah. So, like, if this were not enough, if family were not enough, we have culture that is also mm, making things more complicated. Do you
Yes, and
want me
depends
to
where
read?
you live and the country that you are, the religions that you take. Yeah, there is oops a lot of
Yeah.
colors there.
Oh, yes. Yes. So what it says, culture, the collective voice. So another voice with a lot of meaning. Culture tells us what is acceptable, lovable, valuable, and shameful. And here we have some examples. Some cultures prioritize community over individuality. You might feel guilty for putting yourself first. Oh, yeah. And some cultures reward strength and not vulnerability. You might, if you are part of this culture, you might hide your emotions. And some cultures value success and productivity. So taking rest, relax, feels like laziness.
Mm.
It is very important because,
Yes,
yeah, you want
but
to say something?
also when we all come with this bag or with this culture behind us,
Mhm.
that is part of us. So we have to also accept that in us and in other people. When we meet someone that is comes from another country, from another religion, from another way of living or being raised, we have to accept that and be also thankful for what that gave us, what it gave us, what teach us, because culture is very important too. It's part of what we are, and I
Mhm.
think sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's something that we maybe don't want anymore when we grow up, but I think is what it took us where we are right now. What it like I don't know. I'm thinking about my culture. That's why I'm
Uh-huh.
talking from my perspective, obviously. And my culture teach me a lot of things that they are valuable for my life, that I appreciate and I use a lot, and I love my culture. I embrace my culture. I like where I was born and where I've been raised. I've been in different countries. I like also to meet people from other countries and to see how they live and the way they think, the way they see family, the way the values they have, and everything, the language, everything. But I think it's what we brought. The culture brought us here, so it's something that we can take away from us. So I
Mhm.
think it's something that is very, very deep inside us and is a part of what we are. And even if we change, because some things we can change, like we decide to follow another religion, or we want to move to our another country and we want to embrace another culture, that we can. But this is always gonna be part of us. So
Mhm. Yes,
I
and
don't know.
it's a lot to, like, when we want to work with our cultural beliefs, we have to be very careful and very conscious of them. We cannot change them from one day to another.
Mhm.
We need to, we always need to honor them because they are really part of who we are. We like it or not, but they are part of who we are. So we'd better get friends with these cultural rules if we want to change them. Like this is this trick with our mind. For example, if my culture is very like productivity and success oriented, and I want to slow down, live this hustle free life that is so on the hype recently, I first have to honor the values and understand why it was so important in my culture to work hard and to be productive, and what happened in the past, or what are the cultural situations or historical situations that moved my nation or my culture to think in this way and to value hard work and productivity, for example. And only then, once I honor it, recognize it, find value in it, I can say, okay, this is okay, it worked in the past, I recognize it, and still right now I choose something else. So I don't say I don't care about this anymore, because if I say I don't care about something that is so part of me, my subconscious gets frustrated. My subconscious mind is like it's again on alert, saying there is something dangerous happening, and it can block or sabotage our decisions. So we really need to be careful about saying, okay, I honor it, I see it, I like it, but now I'm choosing something else.
Yes. Like
So
like we have that opportunity, or that we are free to change too, and it's okay.
mhm,
But
exactly.
yeah, it's also it's important to respect. Like when we understand a little bit more about the history of that person or that family, or that place where they've been born or raised, especially in our cases, that I'm married with a
Mhm,
Polish guy, Canadian Polish. So he's been
mhm.
raised, and he's been growing in different places with different cultures. You are Polish, and you're married with an Argentinian guy. so
Yes.
so there is this mix of cultures, and different ways of seeing things, sometimes, especially now that we have kids, that we have a family, and many times we had to have like a talk and say, okay, what do you think about this? How do you see this? Why? I see, for me this is obvious, but for him it's not. I don't know, like the mix of cultures are sometimes like a challenge.
Oh, yes, yes. And this is where you really see your own. This is where you can really like appreciate your own culture, because normally when you are like, it's like a fish that is not aware it's inside water
Hmm.
until you fish it. Once you fish the fish, that's when the fish can have some knowledge of what water is, because
Hmm.
it can experience being inside water and being outside. And the same happens with culture, I think. When we are inside our culture, we don't realize what are the values of our culture, because we are part of it and we think this is general. We think
Hmm.
everyone in the world thinks this way.
Yeah.
And then we go abroad, we meet other people from other cultures, we travel to places where there is another culture, and that's when we realize, okay, it's like we are the fish that gets out of the water,
Hmm.
and say, okay, now I understand what water is. Now I understand what my culture is, what makes my culture different from the other cultures. And this is this big information here, like to question our culture. In,
Hmm.
for example, in Poland, I don't know if you had some, if you could see it with Mike and compare different cultures and see what works and what doesn't. I'm sorry.
Bless
I'm sneezing. It's cold here. I have the air conditioner on. I think too. It's too cold. I will have to change it.
It's because
Anyway,
it's hot outside here. Very hot.
yes, we have like 35 degrees Celsius degrees
Yes, it's very
out
hot.
here. So we have air conditioning on inside, and it's like this change of temperatures also making us sneeze. Anyways, when I lived in Poland, it I never realized how pessimist Polish people are. Like being pessimist is part of our culture, and it's part of our small talk. Like if you go out and you meet somebody, you meet a neighbor, let's say, and you say, hey, how nobody, you don't talk to your neighbor, you say hello, hello, like nobody cares, nobody asks how are you, nobody cares. And
Yeah.
they don't ask how you are, they just say hello, hello. But then when you go somewhere in some place where you interact with people and they say, okay, so how are you, they
Latin
are
America,
uh yes, in Latin America
for
it's like
example.
yes, yes, but no, but in Poland, I mean, in Poland, when you go and when you visit a
Mm.
friend and the friend asks
Oh,
you, okay,
inside
so
Poland.
yes, yes, so how are you, how is it going, and then you say, you cannot say I'm fine,
Mm.
because people will look at you like, you are quite arrogant, aren't you? And oh, if you say, I'm great, I'm having a time of my life, my company is successful, I'm earning a lot of money, and I live with the man of my life, they would say like, okay, like really the reaction is okay, like
Yeah.
you are not like nobody believes you, and they don't, and if you say it, they think that you are lying, or you are arrogant, or you are over ambitious, and that you are not opening up. So normally what you said culture, what you have to say culturally is like, oh, how are you, well, so so. It's the most, like the most optimistic version of saying how you are is saying so so.
Yeah,
And
actually, talking about this, I remember when I just met my husband, he was, every time I was asking him, how is the food or how is anything, he always said, not too bad. And I
yes,
was
not too
getting
bad.
upset because I'm like, why not too bad? Why it can be good or
For a
beautiful
change.
or great, or why not too bad? For me, that was like a negative, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I was
Yes.
getting upset because I was cooking for hours, something that he likes, and putting a lot of effort. And then he was like, not too bad. And I'm like, why? Like, can you say good? That is delicious. Why not too bad? For me, it was like, I felt bad when he was saying that to me.
Uh-huh.
But for
Of
him was
course.
normal. Like for him was like, but I said not too bad. And I'm like, but
Yes.
is it good? Not too bad. For him was, that was a good way of saying it's good. You know, like he
Yes.
was
It
used
was
to answer like that.
like he was complimenting on your food and
Yeah,
you didn't
not
realize.
anymore because I changed that of him because we are very like uplifting, very positive, very like everything is good, nice, beautiful. So I
Uh-huh.
for me it wasn't enough, not too bad, you know.
Uh-huh. Of course. So this is where you had to realize that there is some sort of cultural clash. That
Mm-hmm.
for him, inside his values, not too bad is actually a compliment, and for
Yeah,
you, it is it is it is the
not
worst thing
enough.
they can tell you. It's like saying it's bad, but I'm
Yeah.
polite, but I'm being polite.
Yes, so I felt like that. Like he didn't like it, but he was being
Hmm.
nice to me. So
Hmm.
not too
Yes.
bad. It's like "Oh, it's okay,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Yes.
Like for me was that like that. That's what I heard. Like
Y-
it's okay. No, no, no. I
uh-huh.
want you to say that it's good.
Yes. Uh-huh. Exactly. So this is where you think that where you see that this the cultural clash is very important, because it is
Yeah,
influencing our communication. So in a way, if you don't, if we, it's like you are seeing this reality, or your the meal that you prepared, you see it through some sort of lenses, and he's
mm,
got another lenses, like another filter, and in
yeah.
his filter, saying not bad means it's okay. For you, saying not bad is like, wow.
I'm never gonna cook for you anymore.
Uh-huh. Exactly. So
Yes.
so how crazy it is, how important it is to understand the cultural register where you're attacked by a fly.
Yes, I have like a mosquito or something here flying in my face. Ah!
Uh-huh.
Okay, bye. You're not welcome
Yeah.
here.
Yes. So in a way, like when you have this when you know the cultural register or the cultural code of the other person,
Mhm.
that's when you actually can communicate better, because you, it's like understanding the language. it's not only that we have to understand the language of the other person, but we have to understand what they mean when they say something. So yes,
Yes,
culture is
it's complicated.
challenging.
It
Yes.
is a challenge, like
Hmm.
the language barrier, the culture barrier, the
Hmm.
everything. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's complicated, but I like challenges. So
Yes.
here I am.
Mhm. You know, my husband now had the situation with
Yeah.
they went to Paraguay to
Hmm.
do some work, and they wanted to collaborate on some project. Their Argentinian company with
Yes.
somebody in Paraguay, and they really had hard time finding the workers who would do the
Mm.
job because they were teaching them how to optimize their time. So how to do things quickly, how they can, like, they were trying to make them feel at ease and understand how to work fast so they can get the results in as fast as possible. And
Hmm.
they were not listening, they didn't care. Like they have a very different culture that, from the perspective of Argentinian culture,
Hmm.
seems lazy. Like they are lazy. They don't care. They don't want to work.
Hmm.
That's what the impressions were of the other people, because of
Yes.
how they were responding, how they were acting. And then they had to talk with people from Paraguay who understand those two cultures, who've been to Argentina, and they can say, okay, I know that in Argentina you are more hardworking. So I understand that this might seem difficult for you or lazy for you, but it is not lazy. This is their culture. They need to relax. They need to eat.
Hmm.
They need to, like, they prioritize different things. They don't
Hmm.
need to work. They don't have the same ambitions that you have. They have
Yes.
different values. They value being calm. They value slow life. And this is
Mm.
their value. This is not being lazy for them.
Yes.
So you have to honor it and see, okay, what am I going to do now with this? Because it is not that I have to punish them and say that you are lazy or something. No, no, no. This is a different culture and a different way of
Yes.
thinking. So it was also like I have fresh example of of
Mm.
what it is, of these cultural differences. And then
Yeah.
also, and then of course it's the other way around when you if you go to India
Mhm.
or to the US or to some place in Europe,
Yeah.
where working hard is also interpreted in different way. And there are
Yeah.
cultures, well, these Western cultures are way more hardworking than Argentinians.
Yeah. Ah,
So
Argentinian people think that I'm not including myself there because that's not the way I think about myself, but they always think that they are the best in everything.
oh
So
yes,
come on,
they're very
please.
arrogant. Yes, it's part of this culture also, like
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
think.
I don't like that part of my culture,
Uh-huh.
but it is what it is. I had to accept that and being honest.
Mhm. Yes, and it's important to know it. They like, it's not being arrogant. People from other countries might find Argentinians arrogant. It's like very common when you talk with people from Chile or from
Yeah.
Paraguay, from Uruguay. They say no, Argentinians are very arrogant, and
Yes.
it's not being arrogant. It's also part of the culture. That's the way people talk about themselves. That's the people celebrate football, soccer, or whatever. Like this is important for
We are
them.
energetic.
Mhm. Yes, say we are the best.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, it changed also depending where you live. But yes,
Mhm.
it's something that if you had to describe an Argentinian, yeah, unfortunately,
Uh-huh.
they all say the same.
Yes, yes.
But we
Okay.
believe in ourselves.
Mhm. True.
Okay, so we move to society now.
The
This one
last
is a
one.
little longer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I need to read it on the screen on the side because it's a very small letter.
Okay.
So it says the society, the unseen voice. Society whispers through media, social network, education, beauty standards, work expectations, success metrics. So number one, society teaches what to value: money, or popularity, followers, productivity, image. Number two,
Mhm.
society normalizes comparison. We internalize: I'm behind, I'm not enough, I should be more, I should look different. And three, society creates pressure to be perfect
Mhm.
in appearance, career, relationships, parenting. Oof.
A lot, a lot.
Society.
Yes,
Yes. That's a big
exactly.
backpack that we carry.
Yes, yes, exactly. It's like the most immediate, like culture is more general, and it's also you can have culture in different,
Yeah.
like it's more atemporal,
Mm,
whereas society is what we are living now, right now, and
yeah.
society change also. It changes. It can
Mhm.
change the rules. It can change like fashion inside the society. The rules can change.
Yeah.
Like what we normalize can also change from generation to generation. So
Yeah.
it's important, and the voice that we have is like I'm behind, I'm not good enough. It's also
But why
important.
we think about that? Because
Hmm.
we all the time like getting information from outside,
Hmm.
from the especially now with the social medias, you know, that we all the time on the phone looking at
Hmm.
Instagram or whatever. And obviously, yes, the comparison comes. Like we are looking at, or look at her, what how she does it. Like she has 5 kids and she still work out, she still look good, she still have time
Hmm.
for doing things, and I have only 1 kid and I can't.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Can
Yes,
exercise,
yes.
I can have time for myself, I can go to the gym, I can, or that's what I think or whatever. But I compare right away. I compare and I look at anybody, or another one that travels, or she's all the time traveling, and I can't even go to the mountains that is 2 hours from
Hmm.
me.
Yes.
Like right
And
away,
this
the mind start comparing.
hmm and we have this Instagram live that
Mm.
you see the other people doing those things like traveling. Oh, she's traveling. Oh,
Yes.
she's having great time with her loved ones. Oh, she's celebrating again. Oh, she's doing sport. And then we say, wow, and what about me? It's like it's the normal thing because when we are inside a group, it's also becomes dates back to the
Yeah.
time when we lived in tribes, that it said that um, when you if you want to be part of the like you need to be part of the tribe to survive, because human being couldn't live without the tribe because the other animals would eat him or her. So we needed to be grouped together to survive. So this tribal sense of belonging was not just for fun or for love or something, it was for survival. So we still have this ingrained in our culture that we really need the others to survive.
We live in
Uh,
society.
Mhm,
Yes.
exactly.
Still. Yeah.
So there is always this sort of filter that okay, I have to do everything to be part of it. So I look at the other
Fit
people,
in.
and this is why I compare. I see what they are doing, and I have okay, I have to do the same to be part of it, to belong, and I have to do the same. And when I see that they are doing and I'm not doing, I feel stressed. Like there is some sort of danger that is more primitive than we think.
Yeah.
And also when we get conscious of it, then we can learn it, then we can work it out, because we can say okay, I can be different than my neighbor
Mhm.
and I'm still part of the society,
It's
and
okay.
it's
Yes.
exactly like it's okay, nothing happens.
Mhm.
And
And
even if I'm
also,
expelled from that group, I'm still
yes,
okay, I will
yes.
survive.
Yes, and also
And this
focusing on what I want for my life. Like, do I really want to be just traveling all the time? What is like focus? What is my goal in life? What I want? What path I'm following? Like, I'm not
Mhm.
gonna be following other people's life and what they doing, because that's their life. My life is different. I'm different. I have different priorities. I want different things for my life. I see myself in the future in a different way. So the comparison is okay. Like, we live in society, we have people around, and sometimes it can show us something that we really want as a goal, and help us to go through, or an example, or somebody to admire or follow as example, because obviously we are different people. So we're
Yeah.
gonna do it in different ways, but it's okay. And also sometimes to fit in, like we said, like to survive, not to survive, but this we want to have friends, we want to have people around. So but where we choose to fit in, so in what group
Mhm.
or what people. like the
It,
people that vibes in the same energy that I do.
exactly.
Otherwise, it's not gonna last too long.
I think it's so important what you are saying here, and maybe it also wraps up the whole conversation because the time is running. Um,
I have
I think it shows that uh, we need uh-huh, we need our tribe. We nowadays we can find our own tribes, our own group of people that we want to belong, that we want to compare ourselves with. So if I want to, like you said, if I want to be fit, I can surround myself with people who are where I am, not who are way better than I am, because then I can compare and I get stressed and I feel not enough. But people who want to achieve the same, so that we can motivate ourselves and go together to achieve this goal. And I think this the key takeaway from this conversation, to find, like, to first to be conscious of these patterns that we have in our heads, to see why I think the way I think. Is it because of my family conditioning? Is it because of what my parents told me? Or it's deeper, it's part of the culture I grew up in. And then I see what are the standards in my society. And then if I see it, if I put light on this, on these patterns, then I can decide, okay, does it work for me or not? And if once I find my own values, I can find my own tribe who shares
Yeah.
those values, and so that I can grow with them and get better and better, and also feel supported. So I
Yes.
think that's very important too.
Here it says exactly what you just said. So,
Uh-huh.
so we're gonna just skip it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And now the to close this is how to rewrite
Rewrite.
your inner voice.
Woo.
So yes, because otherwise, what we do with all this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Now we took conscious. We talk about different voices that we have. We explain a little bit the different culture, society, etc. But now, what we do with them?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So
So here you give us a little examples, a little ways how to rewrite your voice. So it says first, I identify the message like you were talking. So find the exact sentence you inherited and where it's
mm-hmm.
coming from. You know. So
Mm-hmm.
it identify the author. So who voice is this really? Is it mine? Is it my parents? Is it the culture? Is it the society? Is it etc.
Mm-hmm.
Decide if it aligns with your identity today. You have the right to evolve. So if it's still going with me, like it feels like me, I feel that this define myself right now today or not anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
replace the message consciously with with not with a toxic positivity,
Mm-hmm.
but with truth. Examples. Old voice, I bother people. New voice, my needs matter. Old
Mm-hmm.
voice, I must be perfect. And new voice, I'm allowed to be human.
Mm-hmm.
And oof, like that, we have millions of examples.
Yes, but it is so important what they say here. Like, don't replace the old voice with toxic positivity. What it
Mhm.
means, like, uh, changing this the message into something that even you don't believe in. Like, you say,
Yeah,
I if your problem is that nobody loves me, and you say everybody loves me,
yeah.
and, like, I don't believe it, because it's impossible that everyone would love me, and it would not be good anyway. So I have to make something that is more realistic. Say, okay, it's something that I some message that I'm comfortable with. Like, I can be loved. I'm lovable. Or or I must be perfect. If I say I am, if I'm say I'm a failure, and then I say I am a woman of success. If I didn't achieve any success, again, I will not believe myself if I change this message. So I said, I am learning to become better and better.
Mhm.
So it's very important that we change the message that we have, we change the voice inside our head that we have that is limiting us, and we changed its meaning into something that serves us right now, and that is also aligned with the truth of who we are now and where we are at,
Mhm.
and where we are getting at. So
Yes.
I think it's very, very important too.
Yeah, this one I'm gonna repost it after because I think
Mhm.
the step by step is interesting and very important to follow
Yes.
to rewrite your inner voice.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna post it after so anybody can see it and have access to
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And
Great.
so we have the last one.
Last one. Okay.
Yes.
Your inner voice was shaped before you were old enough to choose it. But now, as an adult, you have the power to rewrite it. Family wrote the first chapter, culture added layers, society added pressure, but you get to write the current page. I love it. It also should be on our
Yeah, of course. I'm
poster.
gonna post it too.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
That's this is very great. Can wait? I will take a picture of this because
Yes.
I'm loving it. Yeah, this is.
So, okay, I hope everybody enjoyed this another stream that we brought here,
Mhm.
another topic. We're going to continue with
Yeah.
this Spanish
Mhm.
also. Uh,
Thank you guys for being here. We
yes.
really
We're going to
appreciate it always.
add some videos as social, so don't leave, but
Uh-huh.
we're going to finish with our talk for now.
Yes.
And we leave you with this. So with this last message, so how to rewrite, you can choose one inner voice that you always have in your head and think about that, like who is coming or where is coming from, if it's a family, is a culture, is society, so you can put it a name, and then is aligned with me today, with the person I am this day, and if I want to change it, how can I rewrite that inner voice and that saying that I have in my head all the time
Hmm.
for
Yeah.
better, for growth.
Yeah. So it's like observe the voices you've got inside your head and give them new meaning if you need to.
Yeah.
And there we have voices with meaning.
Yes. So we talk about a lot of topics here for people that is new or never came first time that they come in to be with us and participate. We always talk about different topics that they are meaningful. That's the idea, something that is meaningful, something that we can add or contribute to personal and self growing. So anything that you wanna share with us, how was the stream? If something that the ear sound like it has a, I don't know, like a meaning for you, like something that you take from this stream or from other talks that we had. If you wanna give us some topics that you would like us to bring
Mhm.
here to the stream, and anything, questions or something that you want to share, personal references, personal examples or anything.
Yeah, we would love to hear. We would love it to be to get the interaction
Yes,
so
so
that we
you
can
can
also.
always reach to us in the messages or commenting or anything, and we are here to, I don't know, to share, to spend time with you, to talk about life. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you liked it.
And see you
That you
next
come
time.
back. Yes. So see you Tuesdays and Thursdays are fixed days that we always come
Mhm.
in the morning, usually for us, Argentinian time. But sometimes we do some random streams. So see you around.
Okay. See you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. We're gonna share some videos, so stay there. Something that is gonna add to the topic, always related with this. And okay, so thank you for being there. Bye
Cheers.
bye.